What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction. What's up, Renegades Book Club? So I came across this, and yo, Ren is going at you again. Ren is crashing out. No, I'm just playing. It's not like that deep, but he did, um, kind of like bring up an interesting thing when it comes to UMG copyrights because he was saying as far as he has, something in regards with UMG, copyright strikes, reactors reacting to his music. And I think that he brings up a good point, which is something that I agree with as being an artist, as well as being a YouTuber who primarily my content is music reactions. So let's dive into this. I'll give my thoughts on certain things, and then as well as y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think of this. But Ren said on his community post, let's get into something. UMG has been recently taking more and more aggressive actions against YouTube reactors for reacting to any music signed under the Universal Music umbrella, which is a heck of a lot of music. That means in some instances, issuing copyright strikes, shutting channels down where reactors have been reacting to their music. And I brought this up because I know that some of y'all is just like, yeah, just reach out to Ren, he'll be able to do X, Y, and Z. To me, when it comes to Ren's content, I am cool if, the ones that I'm able to monetize, I'm cool with. The ones where I have to share revenue, I'm cool with. And the ones where, I'm not able to monetize, I am cool with, But for me and my YouTube channel, a good chunk of my music reactions are not monetized, so whatever y'all drop super chats or y'all give donations to PayPal or y'all get my books or my music, it means a lot. And the thing is that, yeah, some artists, they get their music, some YouTubers, they get their whole channel shut down, and the Universal Music umbrella. See, the thing is that a lot of the platforms that artists use, like a TuneCore, a CD Baby, for distribution, it goes under that. Or sometimes Def Jam Island, I don't know as far as the full, but even as an independent artist, as far as through distribution, it still goes under those labels, which there's been times where I've had my stuff demonetized from my own stuff, meaning I would do something and add my music to it, and it will catch that it's my music, and it won't let me monetize it. I'm just all like, but it's me. So he goes on to say, now, as many of you would know, I've been an active supporter of that community since I noticed a bunch of reactors spreading my music like wildfire a couple of years ago. I wanted to do something to give back, so I worked with my team to ensure that people could react to my music and keep the money from the video rather than demand they pay me for using clips of my work. I get free promo, they get paid for spreading my music, everyone wins. Symbiotic relationship, baby, which is true. And that's what trips me out with a lot of these the record labels not understanding that, hey, well, either that or they just want to be greedy because they're just all like, okay, you give free promo. That's the thing that was going on with a lot of artists. They get this crazy promo. Think about, someone like a Screwface, or one of these other top reactors when it comes into the music field, or who else? Freaking, there's several of them that are like high up there, and it's just all like them reacting to it and getting a million plus, freaking views on their video. That's those people hearing your music, and if they like it, or they if they like it for what they get to go to your stuff, and do X, Y, and Z, whether that be purchase or stream, whatever. um And the reaction they're bringing, like we bring a type of extraness that it's the same thing. Like even you have people who go to Kai Cenat or someone else, especially when the whole Kendrick and Drake when they was dropping tracks, like they had certain sway, just for reacting. You get one of those as an artist who's coming up or trying to get the max amount of it, that can be something that helps your career, So, and it doesn't just stop at reacting to music. I feel the same way when it comes to like the manga community. It's when people react as far as to shows, it can be kind of, tricky with that, which is why I don't really do it because, they do not play. But when it comes to manga or comic books, the mangas, they have leaks and spoilers, people doing theory videos and different things like that. That is nothing but a plus to push your stuff out there. The fact that the label doesn't see this, or they're trying to be greedy, like, okay, yeah, you can react to it, but we're gonna get that money from that, which is, instead of, again, like Ren said, symbiotic relationship, everyone gets paid and gets something from it, like as an artist, and you trying to market, this is this is needed. So Ren goes on to say what UMG is doing is stupid because they're putting profit before common sense, because in the long run, it's better for them that their music is shared around anyways. It's short-sighted greed in favor of actual good business where everyone wins, and a small community of content creators on YouTube get punished and will eventually stop reacting to music through major labels in favor of independent artists, which is 100% true, because at some point it gets to a point where it's just like, okay, I like reacting to, X artist, but I don't want to lose my channel over it. You know what I mean? So it does, the fact that the penalty for doing so is so extreme. And at the end of the day, this is the type of stuff that pushes your artist. This is the new marketing. You know what I mean? And he goes on to say, I never knew much about music reactions until I started dropping music, but I came to appreciate what it's like watching someone have a visceral experience to something. It helps you appreciate so many nuances, which, again, I can't wait for the people who start reacting to mine so I can start putting like compilations together and different things like that. But yeah, there is room, not just room for reactors, but it almost creates this new category that you didn't even know you really needed, or there may. Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Hey, if you want to dive into new music, I have a catalog. Yeah, these are not singles, these are albums. But more recently this year, I did release an album called Tame Chaos. So you can listen, stream, download, purchase, all of that in the link in the description. And just, check it out, because I want to see if people are actually seeing this and going to the site. So anyways, there's been aspects of it that already exist, like the critic, certain live reviews, different things like that, but there is a value to getting those reactions, as the artist. um and he says, but most importantly, it connects you to humans and gives you a shared human experience. So he goes on to say, if anyone in UMG is reading this, you're only shooting yourself in the foot for short-term profit over long-term gain. Sort it out, chaps. And I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And like I said, it's not just with music. I would say it in the comic book industry. I would say almost with anything. Now there are bad apples, like in anything, but I think for the most part, finding that, oh, this is doing more good than harm, then that's where, it just needs, like, they need to see it. I know that some artists that have, 500 plus thousand subscribers, a million plus subscribers, they understand. And what, for me, I was making music way prior to reactions, but once I got into being a person reacting myself to music, I saw the value of it, especially when you get the artist who ends up, dropping a comment, or their management hitting you up because one of the videos that you did crazy numbers. So they're just all like, oh, this person now has this new track out. Let me hit them up to react to it. Like there's stuff that goes on. So some artists and their management and their team do understand, but because some of them are still under the umbrella of some of these major labels, they still get the ultimate, kind of say so in a lot of this stuff. So I hope that this brings some awareness, and I'm glad that Ren's using his platform to spread this type of stuff out there. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's Mr. Composition and MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 10K. Make sure to check out the description for my music, my books, comics, and more. All right, y'all. Peace.